brought me their calendar. Remember, she had all of those amazing days.
Production is subjective, though.
Calendar of 19-day feasts and what they stand for. Cool.
You were supposed to call me, so I don't know where to call you at. I know you're supposed to call me. So is there a number?
Okay.
That one that you were just. Now where did you?
253.
Are you gonna answer her?
Yeah.
Everybody here is.
Are you gonna answer her?
Miss Brenda, is that the Weaver's cards? So if we have people here who didn't complete a Weaver's cards, shall we just have them fill something out? Excellent. So if you did not complete a speaker card to do a presentation for us, even though we invited you, if you would do us a service of filling one out there on the back table, that way when we put your presentation up on the website to advertise your group, we have information about how to reach you. INA. That's our new Pope? Oh, what a relief. Well, he's Italian now. You don't know how to come in the back door? They call her staff, but she's really in charge. We can't do anything without her. What is she doing? Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. I'd like to call to order the March 13th meeting of the Lancaster Human Relations Tapestry Commission, otherwise known as the Weavers, the presentation of community groups to the City of Lancaster's Commission. I will conduct roll call. Commission members, Commissioner Dr. Coronado. Here. Commissioner Kamori.
Present.
Commissioner Dr. Marshall.
Present.
Commissioner Militello.
Present.
Commissioner Dr. Muhammad.
Present.
And Chair Dell, I'm present. Commissioner Militello, can you please lead our guests and ourselves in the Pledge of Allegiance?
Okay. Ready? Begin.
Each meeting of the Weavers, we have an inspirational thought rather than a call to prayer, because we have so much diversity in our valley. And this month it falls to me. This morning I had the privilege of putting my iPhone on speaker and listening to the mayor's State of the City address while I was in the shower on high volume, making good use of every moment of my time. And I was struck by how much time I spend living in the present or in the immediate future, which I've been taught is a good thing. But actually, the City of Lancaster has now a 50-year plan, looking forward to the really quite terrible bacterias that are crawling through the hospitals and the ways that we can address that. The reality that nations that don't have the type of health care that we do, how many of those individuals are going to want to move to the United States, and how we'll deal with the influx of people moving to save their own lives. The present lack of employment and the ideas that our city council and our mayor and our city staff are putting forward to create employment opportunities, not just expanding fastener factories, but moving an assembly plant here for electric cars from China. Taking all kinds of steps to look forward 50 years because we're all going to need each other, maybe much more then than we even do now. So I was really struck with how hard it is for me to live in the present and not worry about the future while we have our elected leaders thinking about the future and maybe worrying less about today. And I'm really grateful to be part of government for people in a city that is looking forward to make sure that we're healthy and safe and able to care for ourselves and our neighbors. So. All right, citizens who would like to address the Lancaster Tapestry Commission on any agendized item may do so when the item is being considered by the commission. Those individuals, as opposed to our invited Weavers guests, should complete a speaker card at the back of the room, identify the agenda item that you'd like to discuss, and those speakers are limited to 3 minutes each. Moving into our agenda, I am just thrilled to announce that the family of Carol and R.X. Paris are going to honor the Tapestry Commission by sponsoring the lavender graduation at the Pride Festival on June 1st, and have made a gift to make that lavender graduation possible. So if we know anyone, LGBT, ally, any human being who is graduating from any program and would like to participate in a free graduation program and be applauded by their peers and by the community, please spread the word. We'll be thrilled to have you June 1st at the fairgrounds at 11 a.m. We still have an open commission seat sitting to the left of Commissioner Militello. So if you're interested in applying, please do look on the website. There's an application there. You can learn all about what our commission does. And Commissioner Komori, can you introduce your guest?
Oh, yeah. I guess I don't need to sing, so I won't be able to speak in the microphone. My guest for tonight is Juan Roberts, and he is here visiting, seeing what the commission is all about. Stand up, Juan, and say hello.
Thank you for joining us.
Very good friend and an incredible person on so many levels. I can't wait for everybody to get a chance to know him.
And Commissioner Marshall, were you able to connect with either of the Owenses?
I did, and they're too busy. They have so much going on. They thanked us for the consideration, but...
Okay, so we'll keep fishing, not just because we have one spot open, but because we have one commissioner who's ready to retire. Don't even think about it. Okay. All right. Tonight's Weavers topics are multiple, and we're going to start with Women's History Month. There's been a request from the UUAW of Chickie Davison to speak first. So if you could come forward and tell us about the, actually I believe it's the AAUW. we have problems with vowels.
That's okay. I'll repeat it a lot.
All right.
All right.
Thanks for joining us.
Okay,
you have
thank
the floor.
you. Okay. Good evening. My name is Chickie Davison, and I'm representing the Antelope Valley branch of the American Association of University Ribbon. Our branch supports the national organization mission of advancing equity for women and girls through advocacy, education, philanthropy, and research. And AAUW has been doing this since 1881, or 132 years. Our local branch was established in May of 1950, so we've been around in the Valley for 63 years. In the early years, our members produced a directory of social and health services in the Valley, organized the class for disabled children, started a book review that's been going on for 63 years and is still going strong, sponsored women's conferences, encouraged Palmdale and Lancaster to appoint women commissioners, supported the ERA. Our member, Burl Amspoker, and other members worked hard to make the Indian Museum a state park. We supported the domestic violence shelter and sponsored one of its colleges, and for many years staffed the information booth at the AV fair. In order to be an AAUW member, you need a degree from a community college, or university. For the last 10 years or so, we've maintained about 60 members with monthly meetings on the second Saturday of the month, and offer activities such as the book review, dinner diners, mini luncheons, and movie groups. We raise funds to offer scholarships to women who are graduating from Antelope Valley College and transferring to a 4-year college or university, and we participate in the AAUW California program called Tech Trek, which encourages 7th grade girls' interest in STEM, science, technology, engineering, math. That's drilled in our head. 7th grade girls' interest in STEM subjects and careers by sending them to a 1-week science camp at various universities in Southern California. We send them to Whittier, UC Irvine, and UC Santa Barbara, and they go to a 1-week science camp at each of these universities. This year we received 75 nominations for 7th grade girls from 28 schools and 11 school districts, and last Saturday we selected 32 girls to go to Tech Trek camps. This is the most girls we've ever sent, thanks to the hard work of our members and the generosity of our wonderful donors. When the branch began 63 years ago, our members were looking to find intelligent, educated women for intellectual stimulation and social interaction. The mission of AUW fit right in with their own values and outlook. Today, we still honor and support and advocate for the values that the women who began AAUW back in 1881. One of the questions, or one of the things on the form I filled out, is how you can help us and how we can help you. I think our missions are pretty much the same, okay? Supporting equality, in our case for women, but men, I should have said men were allowed to join in 1980, and the first one joined in 1981. So equality for women, in your case, equality for the whole community, fighting discrimination, in the workplace, in education, in society in general. I understand you'll put us up on your website. That'd be great. We're always looking for opportunity to advertise who we are. Because of your missions and function, if you have initiatives that you need people to show up for, you can contact us, and I'm sure many of our members would be delighted to help you out also. Any questions?
Thank you. Any questions from the commission?
You said something about scholarships for,
Yes, yeah, we offer, depending on how much money we raise, we offer scholarships to women who are graduating from AVC and continuing on to a college or university. Oh. So those are our two main things that we do.
In any program?
Any program.
What about high school level?
No, we don't have any programs for high school level yet. Yeah, in fact, someone suggested something we could look at as getting some science program for sophomore girls in high school. We targeted 7th grade girls because our national organization did a report, and we found out that at the middle school level, 7th grade girls are really excited about science and math, and then when they get into high school, that excitement dims a little. So we send them to the camps, and most of the girls that we've sent close to 200 girls in the last 8 to 10 years, continued on to college, and many of them are in STEM. So we're very proud of that.
Have you had the opportunity to partner with any community organizations?
No, we haven't really done that. Okay.
You know and I know it's in Palmdale.
Yes.
The Aerospace Science Academy.
Yes, and you know what? Let me take back. There's a STEM group that includes people from various schools and school districts, and we go to those meetings. So we partner with them, so they know about us. And in fact, we're sending girls from that school, the middle school Aero Academy, this year for the first time. Cool. And we also send girls from SOAR.
So how's your organization promoted into the middle schools? How do the middle schools get the information?
We contact the science and math teachers, at the middle schools. And then they nominate the girls, and they write a, okay, I forgot the word.
Essay?
Yeah, well, the girls have to, they write that why this girl should go.
Oh, the teachers.
Okay,
do.
thank you. And then the girls are required to fill out a form, and they write an essay. This year we said, why is STEM important to you? What are your career goals? That kind of thing. And then we meet, because we have so many girls, we meet for 2 Saturdays and we interview the girls. They go before an interview panel of 3 AAUW women, and we just started inviting previous Tech Trek campers to be on the committee also. So they like that.
Chicky, I know one of the little girls that was the lucky recipient
Yes,
of your
Sophia
scholarship, and
was
she
selected.
is excited beyond words.
Oh, good.
How can we as a commission assist you in your fundraising efforts, and what's the next fundraiser that you have coming up?
You know, we raise funds usually just within
Okay.
within, but we also have a brochure that we send out to companies also. So we get donations from the 2 major aerospace companies here, a couple of the smaller ones. Kiwanis gave us money this year, and the foundation that Palmdale School District is in, Palmdale decided as one of the things they wanted to raise money for is Tech Trek girls, and the foundation, I think we got sent 3 or 4 girls through the fundraising from the foundation. So yeah, it's a matter of getting the word out. Yes.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you for joining us.
All right, next we have the representatives of Troop 5582, Chloe Solis, and her band of Merry Girl Scouts. Come on forward to the mic and let us know about who you are and what we've got going on.
Good evening. My name is Chloe Solis, an Ambassador Girl Scout with Troop 5582. 101 years ago, Juliet Gordon Lowe wanted to create something that girls in her hometown, as well as girls across the United States, could learn how to prepare to be self-reliant, dependable, and ready for jobs the future held for women. What started with 18 girls in Savannah, Georgia, has now expanded into 3.2 million girls across the world, all different ages, backgrounds, and races. Girl Scouts are more than our badges, camping trips, and of course our cookies. It's a way of life. It takes girls and molds them into young women, ready to take the world one step at a time, empowering us to be responsible, independent, caring, knowledgeable, and always have a smile on our face. Girl Scouts gives girls the tools to become leaders, and most importantly, always be prepared. I would like now to introduce my troop as we do the Girl Scout Promise and Law. The Girl Scout Promise. On my honor, I will try to serve God and my country, to help people at all times, and to live by the Girl Scout Law. The Girl Scout Law. I will do my best to be honest and fair, friendly and helpful, considerate and caring, courageous and strong, responsible for what I say and do, respect myself and others, respect authorities, use resources wisely, make the world a better place, and be a sister to every Girl Scout. Thank you, and please support your local Girl Scouts.
Chloe, are you in a position to answer some questions?
Yes, I am.
First of all, I'm very, very impressed.
Thank you.
And I'm also thrilled that I still know the Girl Scout Promise. Do you know how many Girl Scout troops there are right now in the Antelope Valley?
I do not, but that's a good question. I would assume that there's probably maybe 100, maybe a little bit less than that. Yeah, a fair amount of Girl Scout troops, though, I do think.
And how many badges do you have now? Not you personally, but how many are in the book?
Oh, geez. There's like hundreds of badges. I mean, even more if you go online, and you can even create your own badges. So there's like an infinite amount of badges for anything you can think of, tea parties, sleepovers, even like coming here, I could probably get a badge for if I looked hard enough.
I'm looking forward to seeing that badge. Make it look like them. What was your favorite badge?
I think my favorite badge was probably my basic camping training. I got to like earn a badge for learning how to build a tent and create a fire. So that was fun. And just going camping.
How about the rest of you? Do any of the rest of you have a favorite badge that you got? That'll bend down. You can put it down if you want.
Her favorite badge is when she donated the toys.
Oh. And what's her name?
What's her name?
Isabel.
Isabel. Thank you, Isabel. That was very brave. Does anybody else have a favorite badge?
You guys have a favorite badge?
How about the I cleaned up my room badge?
I don't think we
know,
have those.
Mothers, can you do something about that? Do you have fundraising activities or just cookies?
I think cookies is our biggest fundraising activities, but really the goal of being a Girl Scout is to give back to the community. So our fundraisings are more towards the community. Yeah.
Do you have a color guard at your meetings? Do you know how to do that?
We do, but we don't usually do it. Yeah.
Okay.
How old do you have to be a Girl Scout or a Brownie, and when do you stop being a Girl Scout?
Well, you can start at 4, and you never really stop being a Girl Scout. Yeah, I'm 17 and I haven't stopped being a Girl Scout, so you can always be a Girl Scout. You just have to sign up and yeah.
Any other questions?
I do. What high school do you go to?
I go to Lancaster High.
Okay, now are you going to a college here or are you going to university?
I plan on going to ABC.
Good. I will talk to your mom about you.
Okay.
Exactly what we're looking for. Good job.
All right.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Ms. Solis, I believe Commissioner Komori had a quick question for you.
Actually, it's not a question, it's a comment. I find you young ladies to be very inspirational, and I'm very proud to be in the same room with you. And I would like to encourage all of you, you memorized those words and you spoke them very well. I hope you remember them for your whole life, and I hope you go home tonight and really ponder what they are, what they really mean deep down, and own those words. And once you get that and you apply them to your life, you too will be sitting up here, and you too will be getting the scholarships that Chickie Davison spoke about a few minutes ago, and the sky's the limit. And just, you guys are awesome. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Commissioner Komori, were you a Girl Scout?
Yes, I was a Brownie.
I was a Girl Scout all the way through to be a first-class Scout.
Wow. See, look
I
at
had
where she is
47
today.
badges.
Look where she is today.
No, they were green.
I think when I was in Girl Scouts, they started switching colors.
Yeah, no, I'm not that old. Juliet Lowe and I are not friends. Thank you very much, young ladies. You may stay as long as you'd like, but I understand some of you have homework and parents and dinner.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Chair
Thank
Dell,
you very much.
Yes, ma'am.
before they leave,
Oh, before you leave,
if you would like to come down, we can get a picture of the group.
we would love to have a picture with our Girl Scouts.
All of us?
The children in front of you.
Should we do it here?
Probably just a little bit back.
Thank you so much.
I'll take her. I'll take any of them. True.
Some training.
Let's see. You know, I mean, we can probably share. Be cozy.
And the arrangement for having Troop 5582 come to us is through our very own volunteer paralegal, Tony Ratana. Thank you so much. Okay, and then we have Roberta Alexander with the Juliettes. Speaking also on the topic of Women's History Month, but specifically on what their organization does.
Good evening, and thank you for inviting me. My name is Roberta Alexander, and I am the president of the Antelope Valley Juliettes. The Antelope Valley Juliettes have been in existence since 1966. Our goal is a women's social service based in Lancaster, California. The aim of the organization is to promote a better relationship and understanding among women living in the Antelope Valley. Additionally, the Juliettes encourage women to become a vital influence within the community. Through our endeavors, we strive to meet the charitable, social, and education demand of an ever-expanding community. One of the things that we do is we offer scholarships to African American students in Lancaster High, AV High, Paraclete, East High, did I say Lancaster? And Quartz Hill. Men or women, I mean girls or boys, either one. The scholarship is not just for women. Our organization is just African American women. The primary goal of the Juliettes is to assist deserving students with the development of their gifts and talents while promoting basic human values. Graduating seniors who meet the academic standards for enrollment at Antelope Valley College are given a one-year scholarship. It is the organization's conviction and firm belief that continued scholastic achievement, moral, ethical, and redeemed social values ultimately lead to a sense of self-worth and human dignity. As of right now, the Antelope Valley Juliettes has given over $50,000 in scholarships to African American students to go to Antelope Valley College.
Wow.
We only give scholarships to kids going to Antelope Valley College. We're trying to keep the money here. Some of the criteria for our students is when the ladies first got together and put this organization together, they were looking at there's a lot of kids here in the Antelope Valley who don't get scholarships because they weren't 4.0, 3.9. So our curriculum is they have to have at least a 2.5 to go to school. So we offer our scholarships are different prices depending on their grade point and how much we got in our budget. So it could be from 100 up to whatever. Our scholarship money is not given to the student, it is given to AV College. We let them know that the student is coming there, how much we're going to give to the student. And then if the student does not go, Antelope Valley College returns the money to the Antelope Valley Juliettes. Once the student has been at the Antelope Valley College for 1 year, they can apply for a second year as long as they keep a 2.5 grade point average or higher and have at least 12 units. They can apply for a second year and we will pay for that. That's just about, we do have fundraisers. As a matter of fact, we have in September of this year, our mass ball, which is September the 21st at the University of Antelope Valley Grand Ball. Is that it? Okay. It'll be there. This will be our 4th year doing that scholarship. We're testing one right now where we're trying to put on an auction, but we're just going to be doing on April the 6th just with the Juliettes and bringing a friend just to see how it works, and if it works for us, we'll critique it, and then maybe we can do a public auction. The other fundraiser we have is on March the 2nd of this month. We just had a San Manuel bus trip, 58 people. And when we fill the bus, they give us all the money. So we were able to get $1,500 from doing the bus trip. Our mass ball usually generates us about between $3,000 and $5,000. So those are the only fundraisers we have going on right now. At one time, when the Ebony Fashion Fair used to do their fashion show here, the Juliets were the ones who hosted it. Since the mother passed away, they're not doing it. I kind of hear that they're getting ready to do it again, or it's out there, so I'm trying to reach them now to get back in touch with them, because that used to generate between $10,000 and $14,000 for us. So our goal is mainly to just raise money to send our kids to school, because education is important. Do you have any questions?
Now, I have a young African-American young lady, but she goes to SOAR High School. She's a 4.0 student, African-American. Actually, her parents are from Africa. Really bright, but she goes to SOAR. Is there an exception that you could make if she were to apply?
Well, I'd have to look at the bylaws, but I would actually say no.
Oh, okay.
We only do those 5 schools. From what I understand, there is another African-American female group who does Palmdale. I don't know who they are, but that's what I was told. We do Lancaster, the 5 schools in Lancaster.
Okay, because SOAR High School is in Lancaster.
Okay, then I probably need to look at that, and I take it back to the committee and see if we want to put that into
How can because what I'm going to do, I'm going to give this young lady I want her to take the initiative to contact you and have her do the work.
Okay, I can get you my number.
Okay.
And then I have to take it back to the committee, because I can't just say myself, oh yeah, we're going to bring her in, and then I have to listen to...
Then you could say yes, and I'll hold you to it.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, we could give it to Ms. Brenda, so you don't have to give it out in public if you don't want.
Okay. All right.
Well, I don't have a question, but I want to kind of talk about how we came into contact. I was in at the Greenhouse Cafe for another meeting with the Kiwanis Club, and they were in the adjacent room. You just could hear everything she was, Miss Alexander was speaking about. You can hear as far as the service to kids, and I just had to get up and say, what group is this? And it just tied into our theme about, Women's Month theme that we're doing here tonight.
Right.
And it just to hear that we have these, like I always talk about, these great groups in our community.
That's right. We meet every second Monday of the month. We started out, we have gone from place to place to place. It's very hard to find a place when you're an organization who don't have a lot of money,
right,
and you don't want to pay. So we finally ran across Greenhouse Cafe, and what they do is they let us have the room free, but when we buy our food, they tack $2 onto each person's meal.
Right.
That's what pays for the room. We were having our meetings at Lancaster High School, but then they found out and they wanted us to pay $1 million insurance policy, which is completely understandable, because if somebody did get hurt, you can understand that. So that's how we ended up at Greenhouse Cafe in Lancaster.
Yeah, but it just shows the great things we have here, because that's something that our kids would benefit from that if they knew. I don't think they even know.
Right.
And it's just, getting the word. That's why I want you to come, to get the word out.
Right.
So.
The applications are at the schools. The kids just need to know to go ask.
Right.
The counselors know that they're there. And so many times I'm surprised, because we also go out and interview the kids. When we get the applications, they're starting to come in. As a matter of fact, right now we get the applications. When we go through the applications, we individually go out and interview the kids at their school. The teachers know that we're coming. They tell the students in advance that we're coming. And one of the things we kind of look at when you're interviewing these kids is how they dress. Now, some of them have come, young men have come there and they'll have on a suit. We don't expect them to come there, like you're getting ready to go to church or anything like that. But we do expect the young ladies to come in there covering their bottoms. They've come there with these little short skirts on. And then you sit down and you talk to them. Like one young lady last year I asked her if she had applied for any scholarships, had she done anything. She was telling me, oh yeah, my cousin going on file, she's looking for scholarships for me. So I'm asking her, I said, okay, so if your cousin is doing this, what if she applies for a scholarship that you don't want? You got to pay this back. Oh, I guess I need to talk to her about this. Well, that just shows me that she has no initiative. She's not going to, you know, go out there, and we're not putting our money out there for students who don't want to have the initiative to go a little further and help themselves. But most of the students that we interview, they are so nice, so smart. And, you know, a lot of them come from broken homes and just don't have it. So we try to do what we can.
Anyone else? Well, thank you very much for coming on behalf of the Juliettes, Ms. Alexander.
Thank you.
And if you didn't complete a speaker card, oh, do you have one there? Great. If we could have you complete that so that we can put you up on the website with information about the Juliettes.
Okay.
And we're really glad that you shared with us.
And thank you for inviting me.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
And then we're thrilled to celebrate Health Month with the organization Two Lifestyles, LaToya Compton Hampton.
LaToya Conway Hampton. Thank you.
Conway.
Yes, ma'am.
Typo.
So good afternoon. I'm LaToya Conway Hampton, and I'm here today representing Two Lifestyles Women Empowerment Program. And the agency was founded in 2011 by myself. I'm the founder. I'm a survivor of domestic violence, and I came to the Antelope Valley in an underground program trying to get safe. Well, throughout the years, I decided that because I was saved, that I would take this journey to inspire, encourage, and educate other women. So I've, of course, started this organization who provides services for these women here local in Antelope Valley. I've worked as a domestic violence counselor for several years for Tarzana Treatment Center, for DCFS, Parole, WIC, you name it, I've been there engaging and encouraging the women all the way nationally across the country to Alaska. It's my desire to empower these women, because when you have no self-esteem and no self-worth, then you can't get up and work and do those jobs that you talk about. Our agency support younger girls. I looked at the beautiful young ladies at this, the Girl Scouts. You know, growing up for me, that wasn't an option for me. But in order to provide these services and the information to the young girls, I think this agency is necessary. We're working right now with child welfare on the human trafficking committee to try to eliminate the younger girls who are ending up being prostituted because of being in the system, because of the low self-esteem and the low self-worth. I think that, you know, it starts with the 12 facets of a woman. You know, you got your spirituality, you have your self-esteem, you have your housing, your money matters, different areas of the young lady that a lot of times are being neglected. And so these young girls go up with a couple of missing loops, if you will, as a female. So I just want to be able to provide those services for a young female, if you will. Now, our agency, we are a 501c3 nonprofit. With the state, of course, and with the federal, but we're able to support the young girls who've also been sexually abused locally. I'm an advocate, so I'm a SARS advocate, of course, and so if someone's been sexually abused, majority of the time, you know, if I'm on call, I'm there to represent and to support the young girls. Our agency provide, at this point in time, support groups for the women every Saturday at our agency, which is located in Palmdale. Our location is not hidden because the girls that are there are not in immediate crisis, so it's okay for us to offer out our address and our information for people to come to the support groups. And when it's in terms of safety, then we can refer them to other agencies as our local shelter. We provide a non-crisis line. We provide case management for the young girls. Once we do the facet assessment for the young girls and the women, we have 3 goals that we try to assist them to get through. And once we help them get through that, then we can move them through. But the latter component of our program is our survivor leaders. Say, for instance, you have a person that's been sexually abused and they need some support. Our survivor leaders are some of the people that can really go there and have that conversation with them that gives them the true support versus someone that's never experienced it. And it's been my experience as a counselor and a survivor myself that works. And it's actually sweeping the nation. Survivor leader groups are truly working. We offer another component of our program, which is called the She Roles, working with women that are that are vets that's coming back from Vietnam. We partnered with the Edwards Air Force Base on a project last year in October to support and empower the women there at their agency. Now, we do work with men on a different level. We will refer them out. At our agency is women only. There's no men allowed at our program. The WITS program is for the younger girls who need the services. We have educational services where we go into the schools and talk with the younger girls. I actually written some curriculum for a program that's been known in Antelope Valley that was approved to go in and empower the young girls. So the purpose of me coming here today, just to let you all know about the services that we provide. We have supportive services for the young girls here. I think it's really necessary. If you look at the statistics in the Antelope Valley in terms of domestic violence, sexual abuse, drug and alcohol abuse, a lot of our young girls truly, truly suffer, and we want to see them be productive young women. And all it takes is a little communication, a little support, but sometimes we can't give it if we don't really understand it, and so they're really lost. When I go into the schools, even I worked in the camps with the young girls, and it was really hard for me to see a young girl at 13 years old promoting sex and trying to recruit prostitution. So those are some of the areas that really, really, I guess, inspire me to do the work, if you will. So definitely, we are, at this point, we don't have funding. I want to say at our agency, we provide majority of our services for free. Myself and another survivor, we partnered, and we've been doing the work. I'm certified and qualified to do the work. And we just there. We there to be support for the women. I think there's like a 2-year waiting list in terms of, not waiting list, waiting period in terms of grants. So we're almost there. So in terms of getting the services up, we've tried fundraisers and different types of things. So we're just moving forward. Whatever we can do to be of service, you know, to our young women in Antelope Valley and women as well. I have women right now up to the age of 69. So definitely some of their prior history is still affecting them at the age 69, and they have not been with their abuser or their partner for years. And this stagnates them from going to work. When you think about low income and the people that are on welfare, a lot of times because they've been traumatized years and years and years ago, and when the time comes to get up and be productive, they can't, because triggers come, situations come, and I think if we can alleviate that as a community as a whole, we can actually make a difference for the people in our community. So that's pretty much what Two Lifestyles do. We've received a couple of, I guess, some sponsors. I guess Best Buy donated us a printer, and Home Depot came and remodeled our kitchen area. So the community is definitely involved. Because I've been working in Antelope Valley for a lot of years, they know me by my face and the work that I've done in the community, but then I have to set aside, Two Lifestyles have to make its own brand, so that's kind of slowing me down, but yet and still I won't give up, because I know what it was like not to have support. I know what it was like to be that person just missing, like a missing link, and I would just want to provide that for other women. Any questions?
Well, I'd just like to say LaToya is a very good friend of mine, and I've watched her and worked with her in the community and watched her bring this from on the computer trying to figure out how it was going to go to actually obtaining a building. And she's done that, you know, with the help of her husband and her good friends, and she's really done this by herself, you know, and I'm just so proud of you and the work that she do, and she believes in what she does, and it is really a good service, and just want to get the word out there to make sure that everyone knows that we have someone that wants to support the women who are abused in the Antelope Valley, because sometimes, like you said, we have jewels that are hidden, and so now it's time to bring them to the front.
Yes, I have a question. In terms of presentations at like at schools,
Right.
how's that gone over?
Well, I actually ran a program, I think it was about 16 weeks. It actually went well. It was in Palmdale, but under that particular time, it wasn't under my name. It was my material, but it wasn't under my name. So definitely, I train all across the country, and it's what I do. I engage people and encourage people, and so, whenever I can get the permission to go in, then I can do just that. But the material is all written and ready to just do the work. I think for me, and this is more personal, I wanted to take it really slow, because the work that I do affect the lives of many.
Right. Right.
So it's important for me to start really, really slow so I can be grounded in the work that I do, because we want to make a difference. I don't want to get out there and move too fast just to be doing something and hurt the lives of people. They're dying. Just turn the TV on. Every single day, our women are dying. And guess what? When you look at the young girls, odds are if they saw mama being abused or daddy being abused, most likely they're going to be abused.
True.
So my job is just to, prevention and intervention is just important. A simple conversation. What do you know about domestic violence? I did a presentation at the college, and it's so amazing, even at a college level, professors, oh, well, I knew somebody down the street got abused. Well, let's really dive into what domestic violence truly is. A lot of times we live it and act like it really didn't happen, but you need to be able to heal from that so you can get your breakthrough and continue to work. And a lot of our people are stagnated because they cannot.
Gotcha.
Well, you've obviously been growing as doors opened, you stepped through them, so I thought it might be a good time to tell you that Dr. Marshall, who asked you that question, is the superintendent of Eastside Schools.
Right.
And asked that question, I'm sure, for a reason, so you probably want to connect.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
I wanted to know, since you have the link with DCFS, have you been able to get support from DCFS and have your program be DCFS approved? I have 175 clients, and getting them into a domestic violence program that they can afford is nearly impossible.
Well, yes, ma'am. We are DCFS approved. If you take a look at their referral to Lifestyles is there. The challenge for me is when you have a very high volume and we don't have a large budget. There's the ink, there's the paper. I can give my freely of what I have and the knowledge I have, but the materials all cost. And so that's the challenge. We even had to go to a fact where we had to charge them a $35 registration fee, still, which is not bad compared to all of the other sites. So definitely we have women that's from DCFS that's coming to our program. So yes, we are working with them.
So it's a $35 registration fee, and then is there a per fee week
No,
fee?
ma'am. Not at this point. Now, if it gets overwhelming and I can't afford it, and things may change. But at this point in time, we're making it very feasible, because if you have to pay for the services that you need and you don't have nothing, then you're not going to get it. The challenge that we have is because of our geographical area, a lot of people can't get to the shelter or the outreach because they're in Palmdale. Well, we're located in Palmdale. I have gone to so many different car lots and different things. We have a van driver willing to drive, and we willing to go even pick the women up if we need to, because they can't get to their domestic violence services. They can't get their children back. I mean, it's a whole lot of variables that play into that. But at this point, it is absolutely, you pay that fee, you get your binder, your work, your material. I was an instructor for UC Davis. I believe in giving people handouts, visual, audio, and kinesthetic. So the way I facilitate, they need to have paper to go home so they can look over it, and that costs. So with that being said, that's probably the only thing at this point that we really charge them for is for our material.
Well, if you can leave a couple extra cards with our staff person, Brenda, I'll make sure that I give them to the Palmdale DCFS juvenile courthouse attorneys.
Okay. Thank you.
That's my friend James Jones. He's founder of New Beginnings, 501(c) as well. I think you guys should definitely connect. You're a very powerful speaker, communicator.
We already connected.
Oh, you did? Oh, okay, great.
Thank you.
Okay, you want to make sure, yeah, because you guys are doing great work.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Keep it up.
Thank you very much
Done?
for coming.
Thanks for inviting me.
Is James prepared to present today, or is he just here to watch?
No, he's going to go ahead and talk about his.
Okay. And we have James Jones from New Beginnings, who's prepared to come and give us some information about New Beginnings.
Good evening. Good evening. How you doing? I'm not on agenda, but I sure would like to be on agenda so that I can
Consider yourself on the agenda.
There you go, James.
Okay. And I definitely want to thank Dr. Coronado for inviting me here as well today, and just to come and say just a few things about our program that we have. New Beginning Outreach Foundation is a re-entry program actually established in 2005. Been on the down low for a little while, all these years, but really doing the work that we need to do without the funding as well. But I have a for-profit that actually supports my nonprofit, so it hasn't been a real issue. Not until just a couple of years ago, but we're still making it. We are New Beginning Outreach Foundation. We have 2 locations, one right here off of Trevor and Pondera, where we do some training, and also right down here off of Sierra Highway past Avenue I, where we also do training for ex-offenders. It's basically a workforce development program for those coming out of prison, out of jail. What we're trying to do basically is to get them to work. We know that they're going to have a hard time when they get out, but we know that they also need to go to work. We know that they have felons and backgrounds, and it's possible that they may not get to work at all. So we try to, we do work with them to establish their own jobs, you know, try to be entrepreneurs as best as they can. We'll work with them on having car washes, setting that up so that they can make some money, give them those stipends as they're trying to also go to work. We do have a workforce development program, classes that they do have to attend and go through different phases, about 3 or 4 phases that they go through before we graduate them and then get them into that last phase of workforce development. And so not only that, we also work with not only the ex-offender, but we also work with the low income and unemployed as well. As long as they don't mind going through the same training that the ex-offender goes through, because that's what it's geared toward, the ex-offender. So I'm not here to give all that, but I just wanted to let you know that I hear the commission is starting something for expungement, and we need that really bad in this area for our young men and our young women, the expungement. And so we would definitely like to partner, if we can, at any time to see if we can do a real collaborative in that expungement.
Mr. Jones, does your group have regular meetings, or is it a training program? Could we come out and talk to your people who need expungements, or do we need to make appointments for them to come to us?
It can work either way.
All right.
Both sides is open.
Do you know whether or not anyone's done an assessment of your clients to see whether any or all or how many would qualify for expungements?
I'm not knowing what the qualifications would be for expungements right at this point in time, but we do assessments on everyone that comes into the program, so we do know who all needs expungements.
Okay. Did you happen to bring any cards with you?
I'll go out and run. I didn't bring cards, but I brought brochures.
Our expungement program chair and our expungement program paralegal and our expungement program volunteer paralegal are all here.
Wonderful.
And the application for an expungement is online on the city's website under the Tapestry Commission.
Okay.
So people who are self-initiating can fill that out and just send it to us, and we'll get it evaluated. People who need to have their hand held, maybe we could get our commissioners to connect with you and find out if it's worth going out and talking to your people, or if we should have them come to us.
Wonderful. Either way, they're going to get there. Whether you come to us or we go to you, we're going to get them there. Right now, we send them down to Los Angeles, you know, well, there's an attorney down there that does it, expungements on Saturdays, but there's a schedule that they have to go by in times and things like that. So that's where we send them now.
We also have some hard copy forms in the back if you'd like to take some with you.
Yes, ma'am, I will. Thank you all so much.
Terrific.
James, very quickly, Tony, that's sitting behind you next to that sharp young lady, that's a person that I would like for you to connect and speak with before you actually leave. This lady has an enormous amount of knowledge, as well as our commissioners. Thank you for coming today. I appreciate it. Thank you for being so patient, and I knew that
welcome. Eventually
we were going to get you in here, so I appreciate my chair calling me today and putting it in my head, because I haven't been able to reach you, but you were so kind to come in today and do it at the last minute. I appreciate it.
Thank you. And I just want to say to the commission as well that you all are so friendly, people friendly. It makes it real easy for us to get up here and talk. I've been before long years ago, and it was real difficult, you know, but you make it real people friendly. So I thank you.
Thank you, James Jones.
I was asked not so many years ago whether I would be willing to try to get this started, and I thought, they're going to give me a chance to like get real people in to talk about real things with real colors and real backgrounds? Hell yes. Yeah, so fooled them. All right, great. All right, and now we have a presentation from our very own staff person, Brenda Gamlowski, on what we've been talking about, our season of connectivity or inclusivity, and she's put it all together. For those of you who don't know, Brenda Gamlowski is a senior staff analyst with the City of Lancaster, which used to mean that there were people who helped her, and now she does it all because we're all lucky to have jobs if we have jobs. And we're just indebted all the time to your vision. So thank you for putting this together. And now you can wow them like you already wowed me.
I know, wow. Thank you for that introduction. As the chair said, I'm here to bring you back to where you started and then give you some suggestions for moving forward. So, as you know, helps if I turn this on. As you've seen, your mission statement is to celebrate our uniqueness, embrace common viewpoints, and create opportunities to flourish. So everything that you've done so far meets that goal. And we want to continue that direction. We want to help you continue that direction. So as we move forward and you're getting more involved in the community and you're getting more involved with all of these people and their wonderful organizations, we want to make sure that we're supporting their efforts that support your mission as well. So as you've heard today, there's a lot of diversity in this community. And as a staffer, I know for sure there's a lot of diversity in this community. These pictures are actually from a lot of our events here. So you can see that there's all races, all religions, people who don't believe in religion. There's just a lot, there's old, there's young, there's much diversity here. And you can see the rainbow up there does represent the community as well, and it's not the rainbow for the Outreach Center, but it does represent that, and you guys do represent that as well. So quite a diverse group. What we'd like to move you forward into being, and you've already started this process, is be more ambassadors for the community. And to do that, it's supporting the groups that support the mission. You attend more local events. Last year you attended the Heritage Festival, or many of you did. There's some new ones here. But this year we've, actually Dr. Coronado is reaching out to the Heritage Committee, Planning Committee, and we're hoping to have a seat on that planning committee and work through the year to do that. And we want to do that for more events out here so that you can help see what's going on, help them get started, make sure that it's open to everybody, and make sure that the diversity out here, the needs are being met in all the events, in all the programs, all the services. So there's going to be a lot of outreach and advertising. We've done some so far. We've got our website up and running. We've got the speakers that have been coming to you and presenting. We've got up on the website. We're going to continue to enhance that. We're also going to help you to do press releases and support the organizations and get their word out too, and get their education out, and get links to their websites and links to all their knowledge base and their services. And that will help you reach out. Yeah, that'll help you reach out to the community that you serve. We'd like to help you in assisting in providing education to the community, not just through the website, but also as you go to these events, you can do presentations. You can provide that service. You can provide the networking and putting people together as well as organizations together. And do more of, oops. I bet you recognize those people. And be the public officials going to all these events and representing all the residents of the Antelope Valley, not just Lancaster. So, our website, you have the web page, which right now is not very encompassing of all your programs and everything that you want to do. So we will work to get that better for you and be more of a resource center.
Is it possible to put our pictures at the bottom and our programs at the top?
Yes, we need you to tell us to do that, but yes.
Our egos are strong enough to be at the bottom of the page.
I don't know about mine. Mine could stay up top.
Yes, we can certainly do that.
That'd be great.
What we might do is just list your names at the top and put pictures and bios at the bottom if you're willing to do that. Okay, great. And as you can see, right now you have the 3 programs: the expungement, the mediation, and the weavers, which all are doing well. As you can see tonight, you have lots of weavers. The expungement program is going well. And you've got more people that are going to be involved in that. The mediation is picking up a lot right now. We've got a lot of dog barking issues, and so it's actually providing a great service to our community. And Commissioner Militello has been doing a wonderful job. Everybody loves her. And then Commissioner Mark Marshall has been doing a great job of scheduling that and getting people going to the right places. They get a little confused sometimes, but we get that straightened out. And not Mark Marshall's doing it all. That's just some of the clientele is just very uptight about the whole situation. So it takes a lot of work in getting everything situated, and they're doing a great job with it. So we want to make sure that that's on there and make sure that that's available to everybody and advertise that better. The services, we want to make sure there's links to everything, the community events, others events. So as we learned tonight, there's several events that we want to add to the webpage and connect to that and help advertise those. The education materials and links, again, we want to be sure that, like tonight, we have organizations that have information that you can get out to the public and help get the word out and help get people educated on the programs that will help them. And also the volunteers. We had a lot of groups that came to you that said, I have all the volunteers in the world. I have people that can help. Well, we want to have you help them connect and have the right information to give them to help people. So, the season, what we've talked about in the past is taking not just the anti-bullying that you had the proclamation signing and then declared November as the anti-bullying month, to expand it into a season and incorporate a lot of different things that meet your mission statement. So the season that's being recommended is September through February. September would have a theme similar to, and this is just a suggestion, and you amongst yourselves can talk and decide what to call it and if this is the direction you want to go. But we're recommending cultural diversity because the Heritage Festival is that month. And so the highlight for that month would be all of you going to the Heritage Festival. And each month we've highlighted one event that all of you can go to, and we'd encourage all of you to attend. And then you can come up with other events. We'll all come up with events to add that if somebody's available on the commission that could go and represent and be that ambassador to that event and that organization and the community, then we would add to the calendar for you. But we'd want to try to limit it. We recommend 1 to 3 events per month because it's going to be a lot for you to attend your meetings and continue your programs and do the events as well. So we'll try to help you get everything scheduled and keep it reasonable for your schedules as well. At the event, as I mentioned earlier, the Heritage Festival, you'd have one representative on the Planning Commission or committee that would be involved in that all year and reporting back to the commission on what those activities are and getting ideas with the commission. But then at the event itself, all the commissioners would be there and do a proclamation, present a proclamation to the event coordinators and help network with all the organizations and the people that are there and be the ambassadors again. And from especially the Heritage Festival, where there's a lot of different organizations, then you can bring back and we can add to the calendar and we can add more information to the resource area on the website, and also be able to connect more once you actually are meeting all these people in their settings, really. September, again, I'm not going to do this probably with every month, but just to give you an idea, the September resources that would go on the website for the calendar, we'd add the Hispanic Heritage Month, and we could add links to anything that's happening regarding that. And then if there's events, again, we can bring it to the commission and see if there's a commissioner that's available to go and represent. Also, because this is cultural diversity, it was the theme for this month, the education for the month, we try to reach out and find out what education you'd want to present to the community regarding the cultural diversity that's here, or if there's any current issues that are happening in a certain culture that you want to bring attention to, and try to educate the community or help those that are maybe even suffering. We can do that with the education here. October, self-esteem. And as you know, that kind of, you can talk about that word, or if that's what you want the theme to be, but the idea behind that is just to go with the Not in Our Town, Not in Our Schools program. And some of the other things that are on the calendar, which is like the Domestic Violence Awareness Month and the National Cybersecurity Awareness Month. There's some big topics and big things that the nation is trying to get out there and make people aware of during that month. So it was just trying to get a handle on what would incorporate all of that. And the education, there's quite a bit of opportunity under that. And here's where the organizations tonight, we could definitely put links here to their organizations and what they're doing. And it all meets your mission. There's also, during that month, things like the Filipino American History Month and National Coming Out Day. So those are events themselves that you could, well, the National Coming Out Day, and then I think there's an event with the Filipino American group that's out here, but we'd need to look further into that. I don't have that information, but maybe we can reach out through the Heritage Festival. November was kind of Thanksgiving and Veterans Day, so thankfulness is the theme. So Lancaster Cemetery has an event already, so rather than creating an event, another event, if you go out and be ambassadors at that event, that's the type of idea that we're throwing out to you and asking if that's what you want to do, and hopefully that's we can guide you and help you get everything scheduled and get everything in place. December, you have the Faith and Celebration that you started in 2012 and can continue in 2013. And it incorporates not just the religious organizations and not traditional Christmas and Hanukkah. It includes them, but it also includes everybody else. And it's embracing the entire community. And there's some of the events or some of the celebrations for the calendar and education. And this, we learned so much about how the faith-based and the not faith-based, how much they have in common. And I don't know that that's out there in the community. And so we've put the presentations on the website, but we'd like to expand on that and do more with it. And this is the great place to do it. And as you get into the community, as you're knowing what organizations are actually having events that you can attend, we can get proclamations together and maybe, make more of a connection. So there's a lot to be identified still. There's a lot to be worked on still. But we have Korean. This was from last year's Heritage Festival. So as you can see, these are 3 organizations that we haven't connected with, that we know, we've talked to, but they haven't presented, and it's opportunity to reach out and get connected. There's a lot of community-based organizations, as we have tonight too. These 3 came and presented to you: the Outreach Center, the Antelope Valley Partners for Health, and the Antelope Valley Committee on Aging. And separately, they sound like they're completely separate. But when you're talking about embracing, when you're talking about, for instance, in the paper last weekend was talking about the problems that we had with the girl that got involved with the trafficking, which is a horrible thing. But all of these organizations will help with that. All of these organizations have self-esteem training and help. They also all work together already. And they all have their own programs, but they all have programs together. There are so many here tonight that we could put in touch, and the world will be a better place. Yes. So now's the time that you can, if you have questions, if you want to comment, if you want to give us direction, staff to move in a different direction. Any thoughts?
I do. I know October's packed, but I'd like to add breast cancer awareness to October. And I know we're, groups. I know the UAV softball team does a lot of fundraising in October for breast cancer awareness. So if maybe we can bring them in, and I know they need help fundraising. And I know they do volunteer work during the holiday season also, but that might be something else we can add.
Do tell about the t-shirt.
Oh, the t-shirt. They sold t-shirts, and they sell t-shirts every year that say "Protect Second Base." That my father absolutely hates, but it's cute. Save second base, that's what it is. Save second base. Yeah, father hates that t-shirt, but my mother wears it anyway.
Ms. Brenda, first, let me say, as usual, yesterday when Dr. Muhammad and I stood up before the City Council, which you did a wonderful job, by the way. She did an articulate, wonderful job. And it's kind of pressure to see these men just sitting there, and one woman staring at you quietly. And when I left home, I kind of kicked myself because I really wanted to say what a great job you do, not only for the city of Lancaster, but the great job, and I'm sure our chairwoman and our committee members, our commission would agree, that you're just such a wonderful, fabulous person. And I don't know if you actually get recognized for what you do, and I hope that you know that we do, and we appreciate you, because you're really wonderful. My kids, which I mean the Agents of Change, absolutely love you. And Chair, I just want to let you know that every time I send a parent with the kids to get fingerprinted so they could work collaboratively, they always are taken care of because of Ms. Brenda.
If you put that in writing, she gets to park close to the back door.
Oh, okay. And also, I just wanted to let you know, I want to give you a hand for that.
Thank you very
James Jones, he didn't mention, I hope he was like, mention it. He didn't do it, but one of the things that James Jones is doing is, or he wants to do, he brought it up to my attention, I thought it was a wonderful idea, is to get the different nonprofit foundations out here and have this humongous networking. Maybe at a later time, James, you could come and share the idea how it is that you want to do, because we have had so many organizations and I've been so enlightened by the different groups that I never even imagined existed, and what makes Antelope Valley so unique and so different from other communities. And we have different organizations that come and presented here, that if we open it up to the whole community, and the idea of James Jones was to get all these nonprofit foundations to come together and to network together, where might he not be able to serve a particular person, that person will be able to get linked with perhaps your organization, and so on and so forth. So maybe at a different time you'd like to present on that and see how we could help you with that endeavor. That's something that James didn't talk about, but as you could see, James and ma'am, you could see that we are trying to do whatever it is we can to bring the community together and make Lancaster a better place to live, and the Antelope Valley as a whole.
And I didn't bring this up, that's a great idea. We have staff that is actually working to get the full listing from the IRS of all the nonprofits that are listed in the Antelope Valley. And yeah, so I was going to present that later to you. Oh. But that's exactly the direction we want to go, is try to help you all, and also to help us, because as a city we couldn't do it without everybody, the commission and all the organizations and the volunteers. It takes the whole city. It takes the valley. So we do have that going on right now, and then we're going to, there's quite a few that have registered that really aren't doing anything. So what we'll be doing in the near future, once we get that list and we kind of scrape through it, we'll be asking for volunteers to help us actually do a mailing and start kind of tracking what all the services that each organization do. So we're going to put together a spreadsheet of the different services that we know exist, and have the organizations kind of check off which ones they provide, and then an other for any additional that they're doing.
Wow, what an ambitious endeavor.
Yeah.
I'm overwhelmed thinking about you doing it.
I'm actually going to be asking agents of change to be helping.
Oh, they'll be glad to.
Yes, I did talk to Stephanie a little bit about it. And she's the one that came and spoke to you. And yeah.
Does anybody have any questions or input about the concepts that staff has put together for us?
Well, I know I don't want to jump the gun very much, but hopefully then when that gets organized, maybe our commission could set up some kind of big event where we could host all these people and have a party.
How about weavers?
He always wants to eat.
Yeah, yeah.
He does
always wants food.
Everybody loves a party, right, James?
Just very thorough. Incorporates a lot of the ideas that came out when we had our original 7, of whom I think we have just 3 of us. And so the city is ready to invest in the commission, and the commission's ready to invest in the community, and thank you. I know it took some jimmy rigging to get the other departments to buy in on the things that they'll have to do to get the publicity going and keep the website up and create the links and solicit the documents from the nonprofits so that they can be up there and check to make sure that events are current or deleted. And can I go home now? Wow, thank you so much.
Thank you, Ms. Brenda.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, boy, I have to put on my glasses to know where I am. Okay, we have some details on the expungement program that we'll do in closed session, because expungement is a legal process that is confidential. Neighbor-to-neighbor mediation, do we want to do a quick update?
I think there are 2 sets of mediations. One is confirmed for tomorrow. at Jane Reynolds. And we're working on getting another set for next week. So that's it.
And we have 3 potentials.
Okay.
Are they all dogs? Can we fight about anything but dogs?
Well, the one tomorrow is the one that's multi. It's got many different
That's right, that's right.
issues.
Well, congratulations roping that individual and the multiple issues in. The neighbor-to-neighbor mediation program is available to anyone in the Antelope Valley who has a conflict with another individual, as long as they have not filed in court, and as long as there is not a suit pending, and as long as it's not, you know, a political official that they want to debate. We don't have energy for that. All right, anything else on mediation? Okay. Any updates from community service organizations that have come to us to request presentations about what we do? Okay. And you two can connect with, go ahead. You guys can connect with James Jones and see if we should go out there or if we should just have them take the initiative, fill out applications. Okay, great. Super. Publicity. Can I get an update from staff?
Yes, we are currently working on a press release for you for your programs again, for all your programs again. And we'll time that with the other press releases that are going out. And I will send that to the chair to review before we send that out and get your quote for the commission. We also are working towards a radio spot for Commissioner Kumari to go and speak. You'll be attending with one of our staff members from Parks. She goes each time.
Okay.
And that's
do we have a date yet?
They're working towards next Wednesday.
Okay.
It's every Wednesday, so if I can get your availability on Wednesday mornings
Well, if it's
at 8.
At 8 o'clock, that's, as long as I know ahead of time, I'll be fine.
And that's KMIX.
KMIX.
Anybody know the call numbers for KMIX? Since we're gonna be over the airwaves?
I think
No, but I
it's,
can find out.
Doesn't anybody
Right
use
now,
the
I'll just-
iPhone? Chloe, what are you doing? Okay, and I want to jam in here, even though it's not on this part of the agenda, about the Heritage Fair. I did get an email from Diana Brown from Pueblo y Salud. She is the president of the Heritage Fair, and she did indicate that they meet Monday nights. But I don't think it's every Monday night. I think it's once or twice a month. So can I find out who would be available Monday nights to attend the Heritage Fair Planning Committee? Well, let's pretend like it's 6:30. Okay, Militella, who else?
I'll go with it.
Okay,
We'll find out what day and what exactly, right? So
aren't you psychic yet?
I was just wondering.
Yes.
Okay, good.
Anyone else who knows for sure Monday nights are good for them? They're terrible for me.
Terrible. Not terrible.
Okay, so Commissioners Militello and Coronado said yes, and I'm sorry, what you say? So it's a maybe, maybe, okay, super.
How many Mondays, every Monday, or would it be a couple Mondays a month?
Everything I knew about this has fled my brain. I think it's once or twice a month. And she just sent me an email apologizing for not being here tonight, but I don't remember inviting her, so. Okay, tonight's president email, no idea. Yeah, she didn't say.
KMIX is 106.3.
Thank you. 106.3. Okay, so we'll find out. Do you have Diana's information? I'll text it to you.
Okay.
And you can contact Diana Brown and nail that down.
Sure.
Thank you, ladies, for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, super. Well, I don't think there's anything else that can be done except in closed session, so let's move to public business from the floor. Do we have any non-agendized items? Anyone asking to speak to us?
We had James Jones, but did you cover everything you wanted to? Okay.
Okay, super. All right, any updates from staff?
Yes. You've been commending me for my work, so I wanted to definitely commend you all for your work. It's been wonderful working with all of you, and I can't wait to see where you go next. You're actually making a difference out in this community, and it's been a long time coming. I know you've been working really hard to get here, so it's great to see it.
Thank you. All right, comments from commissioners. Let's start all the way on my right. Commissioner Coronado.
Oh, what a wonderful meeting today. Really exciting. Really appreciate it. And of course, most of all that work has already been done by the beginner commissioner. So congratulations to you guys. Such a pleasure to be part of it. Very quickly, of course, you guys already know what the most passionate thing is, the Agents of Change, of course. We're up to about 25 members, which very delights me to know that we're going to be able to get all these kids to help on that endeavor that you are about to embark in. Today, as I was telling Commissioner Sue DELL, she happened to call me right after I left Soar High School, where I happened to see all of them, and I was commenting what a delight these kids have been to my life, and what a difference they have made in my life, and for them to want to participate with us and do the work that they do in the community is absolutely wonderful. We are planning a pizza party for the kids next Friday. It's just a regular pizza party for them. Yes, Commissioner Mohammed, we love to eat. So I was telling Commissioner Sue DELL that normally I'm always doing something with them, and we haven't actually, since we started, had a chance to come together and just relax. So this is a time for us to just relax and have a pizza party and have the kids play the Wii, and have you guys come and join us, because you're invited to that. And we're going to be washing cars, so we could go ahead and take a trip to San Diego so they could visit San Diego University, both UC and Cal State San Diego. And then we are working with Dr. Marshall and other superintendents to nominate Latino principals, counselors, and teachers to be recognized by the State Assembly and the State Senate. So we're all working to take care of that. As our wonderful chair has said, we are agents of also doing. So yeah, that's what's going on. Thank you.
Terrific. Commissioner Kamori.
Well, how do I follow that?
Briefly. No,
Very briefly. There you go. No, all I can say is it's an honor on every level. It's an honor.
Okay. First, Ms. Alexander, I want to say thank you again for coming on short notice. I appreciate that. And tonight again, we got to see just all the wonderful things that we have in this community. I mean, it's just getting the word out to all of our stakeholders in terms of what Lancaster has to offer. So I'm really proud to be part of this, and thank you again.
Well, it was a fantastic evening. My highlight was the Girl Scouts. I had a flashback. So it was good to see that things like the Girl Scouts never fade away. You know how some organization things come with children and with youth, but Girl Scouts, Girls and Boys Clubs, those type of programs, mentoring programs, those are excellent, and it's always good to see those things recognized. Expungement program is a passion of mine, I've helped a lot of people with some of the people down in LA with that, so I know the importance of, you know, needing to get a job, wanting to have a job, wanting to establish your family back. So I'm looking forward to working with you. And the Juliets, it just reminded me of my grandmother. They had a women's club, and they got together and they taught us etiquette, how to sit at the table, how to use the silverware, which side the silverware needed to be on, and I never forgot those types of things. So I'm glad to see that your organization, and I'll be contacting you so that we can help do some things with some of the young women, because I too work with DCFS and some of the mothers, and they need those help with. This is just a fabulous thing to be a part of. I'm just so pleased and proud to be a part of the city and to be a part of this Tapestry Commission. I thank you over and over that you twisted my arm and made me do this, of all the 50 other thousand things that I do. But this has been a blessing because you get to see all of the things that we have, and we can't say we don't have resources. We have resources in this community. We just got to bring them to the light.
Right.
So thank you.
I just want to be brief. Tonight was fabulous. It's just so, having these every bi-monthly, every other month, kind of energizes you about everybody else that's out there and what they're doing, and that, we just can't sit down and not do anything. The other thing I want to do is today is my father's 75th birthday. So I just want to put that out there. Happy birthday to my dad.
And I had the moment of inspiration, so I will at this point just close. Thank you for coming us, and our open session is adjourned.
Thank you, James Jones.
Take a 5-minute break.